Well, we finally made it to the final video of the WCF Wacky Winter Wonderland. Rodney's still holding Santa prisoner, and we have to figure out a way to save him. But first, let's watch a movie. Today's offering is simply titled Santa Claus. Now that might not seem weird at first, but that's until you hear the original title. This Mexican-produced film from 1959 was originally called Santa Claus versus the Devil. Oh boy, here we go. The first thing we need to get out of the way is that Santa does not live at the North Pole. He lives in a castle in space above the North Pole. Also, he doesn't have elves. He has a bunch of children that help him from all different countries. They show us all the different kids, and they all look miserable.
Here are Santa's helpers from Spain. Even Russia has a delegation.
It's like an extremely depressing version of It's a Small World. It seriously looks like these kids are being held prisoner. There are also guns everywhere and kids holding guns for some reason. Well, now that I've witnessed all the happiness I can possibly handle, let's see what's going on in hell. A demon named Pitch is summoned by Lucifer himself to go to Earth and convince children to do evil.
You must not be defeated by that bearded old goat, Santa Claus!
If Pitch fails in this endeavor, he will be forced to eat ice cream.
No, Lucifer, king of all the evil spirits. Not that.
Pitch goes to Earth and begins tempting kids. He convinces a group of 3 boys to throw rocks at a storefront.
Out of nowhere, he produces 3 rocks, and his evil plan goes into action. This is bad.
These kids will end up teaming up with Pitch to take Santa down, but we'll get to them later. Now we get to the nice kids. Lupita is a very poor girl who only wants a dolly for Christmas. Pitch tries to convince her to steal one from the market, but her conscience gets the better of her and she puts it back. Billy is a very rich boy who has all the toys he could ever imagine, but all he wants is to spend time with his parents. They seem to go out all the time, leaving him alone in their large house. It's actually really sad and probably an all too common occurrence in real life. Obviously, going out and getting wasted is so much more appealing than hanging out with your dumb kid. So Santa is watching all the chaos unfold on Earth using his all-seeing eye, the creepiest telescope you'll ever see. Unfortunately, he can only go to Earth once a year on Christmas Eve, so until then he has to come up with a plan to stop Pitch.
Ian, I figured it out. I know how to take down Rodney.
Okay, let's hear it.
Since Rodney made his wish on that magic Christmas tree, all we have to do is destroy it to reverse the wish.
That is brilliant. Let's get started. Right after we finish the movie, of course. To help in his quest, Santa consults Merlin the Wizard, who just so happens to also reside on this floating space castle.
Mr. Merlin!
What's the matter? Oh, Santa Claus, what a start you gave me.
Merlin gives Santa a flower that makes him temporarily invisible, in case people try to catch a glimpse of him. Santa then visits his on-site blacksmith, who is a big burly guy with a very meek voice.
The golden key that opens all doors is ready, Santa. It is at your disposal.
The blacksmith gives Santa a universal key that can open any door. Santa then goes on to practice going down chimneys with some chimney models he has. Wait a second. Isn't the whole point of going down the chimney because Santa can't get through the front door? What does he need to practice for if he has a universal key? So the time to head to Earth finally arrives. He winds up his non-living toy reindeer and leaves for his journey through space. At this point, the movie starts to feel like random clips just thrown together. The three bad kids continue trying and failing to stop Santa. It's important to note that when Pitch whispers in their ears, they can't actually see him. They assume it's their own thoughts telling them to do evil. That's pretty creepy, and it's also a little jarring when Pitch appears out of nowhere. That's kind of a haunting image. In fact, IMDb lists horror as one of the genres of this movie. For instance, Lupita has this really creepy dream where human-sized dolls with faces on each side of their heads try to convince her to steal.
Why don't you steal us? We can all be yours. No, you know that stealing is bad and I want to be good. But you must learn to steal.
Yikes. When she wakes up, she asks her mom if Santa will bring her a doll. Her mom tells her to pray for it. Then Billy asks Santa if he can make it so he can spend Christmas Eve with his parents. However, they decide to go party anyways. Santa shows up and decides to give Billy the most rare gift of all. He lets Billy see him in person, but he makes it seem like it's just a dream. Look, I know I'm going over a lot of weird details, but there's so much strangeness about this movie. It cuts to Billy's parents, you guessed it, having drinks at a restaurant. The waiter, whose face we don't actually see, offers them a drink.
Whoever drinks it will think of that which is most dear, and which at times, for some unknown reason, we seem to forget.
When they drink it, they realize that they just want to spend time with their son. It becomes clear that the waiter is Santa. Yes, Santa drugged a couple's drinks to force them to spend time with their child. So they go home and do just that. And what about the three hooligans? Santa leaves coal in their socks and they start bickering with each other under the influence of Pitch.
Well, anyway, it was his idea that we should go up on the roof. My idea. The fault is all yours. I'm going to bed. I'm tired.
And that's the last we see of them. No redemption, no lessons learned. While Santa is flying from house to house, Pitch cuts his bag open and he loses his invisibility flower, meaning that anyone will be able to see him. Oh no. Santa arrives at a house and Pitch sets a dog loose on him. This causes Santa to climb and get stuck in a tree.
Run, Santa! Climb the tree! It's your only chance!
Wow. All you need to take down the all-powerful Santa Claus is a dog and a tree. Pitch then influences the occupants of the house to call the police and fire department to report an intruder. This could be totally disastrous for Santa since he doesn't have his invisibility flower. Pitch appears to Santa and Santa scolds him for what he's done.
You'll pay for your mischief. You just wait and see.
But first you'll have to come down from that tree.
Santa yells up to his castle for help, and Merlin tells him to use a wind-up cat. He uses it, and the dog chases it. This allows Santa to get down. The fire department sees the smoke coming off of Pitch, but since they can't see Pitch himself, they think it's a fire, and they spray water at him. This causes him to run off, and it's the last we see of him. Again, no resolution. Lupita tells her parents that Santa visited her in a dream, and he told her that he left a doll for her on the porch. Her parents are like, "What? No way. We're poor. You're not getting a doll." The moral of the story is that poor kids don't get presents. Okay, not really. She goes outside and finds the doll. Her parents are so overwhelmed with Christmas magic that they're left speechless. It's a pretty nice moment. Santa returns to his castle space station and all is right with the world. Except for the fact, that the demon he was supposed to stop is still at large. Well, that's it for this year's movies. I hope you found them all as weird as I did. But for now, it's time to meet up with Homeless Guy and save Santa. I'll see you guys later.
Oh, won't you let me go? There are so many boys and girls expecting presents for Christmas.
Will you shut up? It's always boys and girls this, Christmas spirit that.
I think this is the place.
Would you shut up? This is a secret mission. It's right here. It's right here.
What are you gentlemen doing here? Well, wait, let's talk about this.
What are you waiting for? Just do it.
Ah! What have you done?
I think our work is done here.
What's going on?
You know, Rodney, you need to do some soul searching. Just because you had a bad Christmas as a child doesn't mean everyone else should.
You know, he's right. I should have taken it out on my family instead of everybody else. Wonder how hard it would be to get my stepbrother's address.
Merry Christmas!
Well, it looks like we did it.
Sure did. Merry Christmas, buddy. Hey, any chance I could stay at your house tonight?
No.
But it's Christmas.
Well, let me think about that. No.
It's freezing out there. You sure? Is it just be one night?